this chic creep?
If I died, I want to die naked. Like, I don't want to be walking around
school in a
clothes.
ghostly town.
I'll be
we
a
are
naked
taking
ghost.
things to the Lone Star State at
Gotta be
number
comfortable.
6 as we talk the 6 Mile.
Hi, we're back with another video. This one is actually going to be top 10 scary haunted schools in America. That's pretty crazy. I definitely would visit a haunted school. I don't know about you, but I'll be willing to visit a haunted school.
I mean, that's exciting. I guess.
He's not really into haunted stuff, but I love haunted everything. Anything haunted, I will go there. I know schools are pretty big, so that's even more scary than a haunted house, because haunted houses are not that big. A school is pretty big. I like that. That's creepy, you know? But let's get into this video.
Spooky again. It seems that West High School in Anchorage is the known home of a lady in white, an apparition that haunts the theater auditorium and backstage spaces. The ghost has been known to run down corridors screaming too, which is just classic drama queen. It seems that those who have had a good look at her say that her white dress appears to be some kind of costume. It is said that she shows up in the audience during productions, occasionally causing lights to flicker. Honestly, take this from a drama geek, your theater ain't nothing without a theater ghost, so really you should thank her. Coming into number 9, we have Arizona's Lee Williams High School. I like Arizona. I went there a couple of years ago, and I thought it was really cool, but I guess it is a bit of a spooky place. It's quite historic. Now, this is actually a newish school in the States, and very new compared to a lot of schools on this list, but it has a history. This school is built on the site of 2 former schools with a very haunted reputation. Now, the first was Mohave County Union High School, which prior to that was built on the site of an old pioneer village. See where I'm going with this? During the remodel for the new school, graves were found on the grounds, and they were seemingly from an old cemetery. It is said that a number of bodies were exhumed and removed to build the school's foundations, which has only disturbed some of the old spirits. Yes, the school has erected a memorial stone for the 350 settlers who were buried underneath the property, but that isn't enough to settle them down. It is said that women in prairie outfits and men in old-fashioned clothing have been spotted watching on at sporting games. For now, they haven't done anything, but will they? If any of you go to any of these schools, by the way, please do let me know in the comment section down below, because you can, verify this for me. I want to know the answer to this. What is in room 428 at Ohio University?
Ooh.
Find out at number 8. Ohio University, well, it actually has it all going on, really.
I was gonna
built
go
on an
there,
ancient
but
burial ground. It's a former
I just
insane
chose to go to
asylum.
Florida.
It's surrounded by cemeteries. I mean, what else could we
Florida's
add? The
the
building
best.
is already your absolute classic horror movie trope.
Cool.
The campus is said to be haunted by
My
a
school was bigger.
plethora of ghouls, as you would expect.
I went to the biggest
However,
school
the
in the
most
US.
enduring
Just a
legend
little bit
is
of
the
bragging,
legend
right?
of room 428. It is said that in the 1970s, a woman became as if possessed. She was shouting and screaming and acting crazy, and then, oddly, she fell to her death. What room did she fall from? Room 428
that's
of Winston
sad.
Hall. After her death, the room was reportedly so haunted, so scary, that it has been permanently sealed. You can't go there.
Like my
Or
dorm
can you?
that I had.
Okay, next up we have a ghost caught
No,
on
ma'am.
camera at number 7. It's Cleveland High School. Hello, Cleveland. Love me, Rebecca, over the water here in Canada. Okay, so have a look at this picture and tell me what you see. Raise your hand when you
Fence.
see it. There?
Right.
Behind the fence?
Like
you got it?
what?
Yes, me too. This image was taken on a cell phone by Marcella Davis, who was photographing her nephew at football practice. Innocent. It seems though, when she looked at her phone afterwards, she seems to have snapped a ghoul. Now this ghoul is wearing what can only be described as a suave pink 1970s suit. Like, cool. If you can only haunt in one outfit, I really think you want it to be that outfit. Like,
I'm
absolutely
okay.
amazing. I would be literally Devo if I died in like lounging clothes or slacks. I want to be a ghost in a power suit, obviously. Does anyone watching go to Cleveland High School? Who is this chic creep?
If I
love
died,
them.
I want to
They're
die
my new idol.
naked. Like, I don't want to be
ghostly
walking around
school in a
clothes.
ghostly town.
I'll be
we
a
are
naked
taking
ghost.
things to the Lone Star State at
Gotta be
number 6
comfortable.
as we talk the 6 Mile Cemetery. 6 Mile Cemetery in Lalana, Solano County is a well-known location of local paranormal stories. At the edge of the cemetery sits an old schoolhouse which has been restored for tourism. Local lore says that a number of children were actually killed there by a mad school teacher. Whatever happened, it's said that the spirits of the children and even some teachers alike haunt the spot. Before it was removed, it was said that writing your name 3 times on the original school blackboard would mean that you would be haunted or meet an untimely demise. Who would do that though? Like, why? Why?
Right.
As a result of so many people breaking in, authorities removed the blackboard, so you can't even curse yourself, which I think is a good thing. Coming into number 5, we have the Seattle Central College. Seattle Central College is the new name for the school that was previously Burnley Professional School of Art. The college is said to be haunted by the spirit of an 18-year-old student who died falling down the rear steps in 1913. Some believe that he was pushed after a fight at a basketball game. Others believe that he actually ended his life by jumping from a window near the steps. The ghost is said to manifest by opening doors when he's feeling helpful and shoving people on the steps when he's not feeling helpful. Others report disembodied footsteps or phones on the campuses dialing without cause. Now, this is how I know that he's a student. Allegedly, errant cups of coffee are poured by phantom hands. Gotta get you that caffeine when you're studying. It's important. Coming into number 4, we have Ithaca College. Ithaca is a private liberal arts school in Ithaca, New York that was established in 1892. Plenty of time for a spooky ghoul or two to attach itself to the hallowed halls, right? Well, yeah. I found this alarming story on Reddit and I want to read you a little edited version. This is what they wrote. I asked my friend last night if he had ever seen a ghost or anything like that. He told me that when he went to Ithaca around 15 years ago, he and a friend and 2 girls were on their way to a party. They were at a part of the campus that was very old and had old Gothic style architecture. He wanted to emphasize how big this building was to me. He said that there was a corkboard on one wall, a single solid piece that was around 40 foot long and unbroken. He said that while the other people were talking, he just couldn't stop looking at this part of the hall. He just kept on staring at it in the room in the distance behind. He found himself fixated. He said he felt colder than he'd ever felt in his entire life, and suddenly he was paralyzed to the point that he could not even breathe. He was overwhelmed with feelings of dread and terror. He was in a full-blown panic because his friends seemed to not notice that he had been standing there and not moving. He thought this would go on forever. After a while, he finally summoned the strength from deep within to break free. When he did so, he regained his movement and bumped into his friend, and to his surprise, he found that by hitting his friend, he snapped him out of a similar paralyzed state. The pair said that they ran away as fast as they could, and when other people that they were with caught up with them to ask, you okay? They said that actually they'd been there staring at the corner of the room for about 20 minutes, and then from their perspective, they'd been staring for 20 minutes and then they just ran away. They thought that just 1 minute had elapsed though. Now, later the friend discovered a nearby cliff, which is apparently famous for a lot of suicides. The giant corkboard that they were staring at the end of the room was covered with flyers and articles about missing persons and student obituaries. He said that the media doesn't report on the bizarrely high number of suicides and paranormal reportings at Ithaca because it's such a prestigious, high-status school. The kids of all the rich people and the investors and donors just don't want the negative press. Anyone here go to Ithaca? Can you confirm? Can you deny? Let me know. Coming into number 3, we have Preston School of Industry. Also known as Preston Castle, the Preston School of Industry was a long-held reform school for boys in Ione, California, in Amador County. Anyone know what a reform school is? I'll tell you. Basically, it's a kind of a juvenile prison for bad kids to learn how to behave. Now, this one was opened in 1894 and reformed a fair few boys in its time. Actually seems that dozens of boys lost their life here too, either from disease or violence. Some were shot dead if they tried to escape. Now, the facility closed in 2010, but there are still residents. Undead residents. The building is now both spooky and abandoned, and those who have looked around the grounds have heard slamming sounds, voices, falling objects. Some people have actually felt ghosts push and shove them and seen apparitions. Coming into number 2, we have Pocatello High School in Idaho. This school actually appeared recently in the TV show Ghost Hunters and has since been making headlines. It seems that shrewd entrepreneurs are selling "We Have Spirits, Yes We Do" t-shirts for $10 at Pokey High School. Good, I'd buy one. It's pretty cool, right? It's rumored that a boy drowned in the swimming pool at the school years
I had a
and
friend
years
that
and years
drowned.
ago. They don't even
That's
have a
sad.
swimming pool anymore. The high school principal
In front
had
of me.
this to say on ghost hunters.
That night, I get a call every time the alarm system goes off. So I get here, and there are lots of police cars here. They said, well, when we got here, the lights were going crazy. We walked through the building, swept the building, found nobody, locked everything up, and went home.
Beyond that, a ghost was caught on the school's CCTV camera. Have a look. Ghost, right? It seems that the hall is very much haunted.
did it
Although
right.
I don't want to step on the episode of Ghost Hunters. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's pretty spooky. Do you go to this school? Let me know. Coming into number one, unsurprisingly, we have Gettysburg College. It makes a lot of
Gettysburg.
sense, right? Seeing as, you know, the college is physically beside a historic battleground. Some of the rooms of the school were actually used as a field hospital too, so housed the dead and dying. For those of you watching internationally that don't know, Gettysburg in Pennsylvania was the scene of a massive
I
battle
studied
in
this.
1863 between Union and Confederate forces
Boring.
during the Civil War. Now, over 7,000 people officially died on each side, but thousands more went missing, and scores of people were injured. Now, the oldest building on the campus, Pennsylvania Hall, dates back to 1832 and is said to be riddled with ghosts. They don't just stay in the old building either. Lost and wandering souls are seen all over the college grounds. 2004 graduate John said everyone here has had their own ghost story. Like during everyone's time they're here, as in students or teachers, they have some kind of experience with a ghost or a weird occurrence or something.
pretty
Spooky,
dope.
spooky, ghouls in your school. Spooky, spooky,
Jeez.
ghouls. Schools. Do you like to make up a song? Before I go, I'm going to read some comments from the top 10 places.
What do you think about this video? Would you actually attend one of these schools?
No, ma'am. Especially the last one. I don't want a ghost experience at no school. It's school meant for learning, not seeing creepy stuff.
Well, I went to school that was kind of creepy, so I don't know.
It matches you.
I don't think, yeah, I didn't like that school very much. Not the school that, you know, I was saying that's the biggest in the U.S. Not that school, but in other schools.
The dorm, the dorm.
It wasn't the best, yeah, when I was actually living in a dorm. But yeah, so we're going to catch you in the next video, guys. Anything else you have to say?
It's your boy, Desmond.
And yes,
Peace.
peace out.